What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a wonderful April 15th. Today is a very special day, which is why we are going to be posting a very, very special Jackie Robinson Day podcast today. Today is the day that throughout Major League Baseball, we are celebrating the wonderful contribution and things that Mr. Jackie Robinson did. April 15th was actually the first day that he broke into the major leagues. But as always, I am Mr. Bridgetown, Mr. Brent, right here. And with me, as always, the one, the only, Mr. Casas. What's going on, brother?
What's going on? How are we doing today?
We are doing fine, man. Jackie Robinson Day, man. This year is unlike any other year because it's all going to be online.
Nice. Finally, we talk about Dodgers. You lead with the Dodgers.
I know. I can't get around today. Today I have to speak well about the Dodgers. At least one player on the Dodgers, but still, the Dodgers nonetheless. So today will be unlike any other day, like I said, in Major League Baseball's career, because Jackie Robinson Day will be online. April 15th is one of the Major League Baseball's banner days as they celebrate Jackie Robinson Day, the anniversary in which the Hall of Famer broke the league's color barrier in 1947 with the then Brooklyn Dodgers. Annual tributes include pregame ceremonies along with everyone in the league wearing 42 for the day. Last player who was able to actually wear 42 before it was officially retired on April 15th, 1997 was Mariano Rivera of the New York Yankees. I think we all know why he was allowed to keep wearing it, because it's freaking Mariano Rivera. In 2004, Commissioner Bud Selig officially declared April 15th as Jackie Robinson Day. Do you have any memories of a special Jackie Robinson Day game that you got to watch there, Artie?
I don't know about days, but I thought it was cool that when I started finding out more about Jackie Robinson, like as growing up, you know, that he played like in Pasadena, he went to UCLA. I went to the high school where he attended. I coached against him. Some of that stuff is real cool, you know? And then obviously once the movie came out, that was pretty cool. You know, like the movie itself wasn't the greatest, but it had some pretty good like special moments, like that part where Pee Wee Reese puts his arm around Jackie and tells him, maybe someday we'll all wear number 42.
Yeah, I absolutely love that movie. If you guys haven't seen it yet, if you're a baseball fan, you better have seen it by now. But if you do get a chance, watch number 42. You'll see that scene from the movie that Artie is talking about right now. It's absolutely a great movie. One of the very few baseball movies that I think did they get an Academy Award for that, or
I thought, what's his name,
the actor? No,
Ricky Branch, didn't he get something for that? Harrison Ford.
Oh, you know what? I think you're right.
That's who I think got like nominated. I don't think he actually won anything, but I believe Harrison Ford got some kind of nomination for that.
Let's see here. So Chadwick Boseman and Harrison Ford both were nominated. But he lost to William Hurt, so he didn't get it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't remember his best supporting actor.
Yeah, I mean he did an amazing job in that role.
Yeah, he's
too.
Pretty good. Yeah, he's pretty good. Chadwick, he's become a pretty special. It seems like he's trying to take the baton from Denzel Washington and kind of
be that African American badass mofo. He's pretty much in everything now.
Yeah, and you know he was actually a scholarship recipient or something like that, something to that effect. I don't want to say the exact what it was, but Denzel Washington paid for his college to go to school. I don't think Denzel knew he was going to be that dude and knew him personally like that, but he was a recipient of Denzel's scholarship, so some money that he put up for some college students, and he talks about that a lot when he gets interviewed and stuff.
Wow, I didn't know that, dude.
It's pretty cool.
That is absolutely awesome.
And you know Denzel has a son that's acting as well too, right?
No, does he?
Dude, he comes out in Ballers, that series with The Rock.
Yeah.
Okay, so he.
Oh yeah. I know who he is.
His name is Ricky.
Ricky. I know who you're talking about, but Ricky Jared.
Ricky Jared. So that's Denzel's son, dude. And if you didn't know, Denzel's son was a baller for football, like a real good football player. That dude actually played or was on the practice squad, as he likes to say, but he was with the Rams, dude, in the NFL.
Did not know that.
I don't think he ever played an actual regular season game. I think he only played preseason or scrimmages at best. I don't even know if he got off the practice field, but he was on there. And like some of his like close friends or former like famous Rams players too. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I know some of the former Rams players are like some of his closest friends. And he doesn't really like talking about his football days, and he doesn't even really like talking about his dad because he's like, he's just one of those like, I want to be my own man, that type of thing. And he's pretty good, man. He came out in that. What is it? The KKK Klansman or Black Klansman?
I have that recorded on my DVR, and I have not had a chance to watch it yet. Yeah,
he came out on that one. I'm actually drawing a blank if it's Chadwick or Denzel's son that came out in 21 Bridges. Both of them, one of them two came out on that one. But yeah, dude, he's Denzel's son's pretty good. He's a dude I'm starting to root for a lot as well too. So I know Chadwick or Denzel's actual son are the dudes that seem to be that guy that's destined to like carry the baton from Denzel.
Right on.
Pretty cool stuff, right?
Absolutely. Switching gears back to Mr. Robinson. That's what we're here, not to take away from those guys and their amazing thing that they're doing.
We're talking about Chadwick, who was Robinson. Right?
This is true. We kind of went off on a little tangent there. But so for tomorrow, usually all the festivities and stuff like that, they have like ceremonies and they have special first pitches thrown out and this and that. This year, all the Jackie Robinson Day activities starting today will be virtual in nature, centering on social media and online platforms to underscore the importance of staying safe and healthy at home. Remember, guys, keep washing your hands. MLB released a statement on Tuesday designed to engage and educate fans about Robinson's enduring legacy. Efforts will incorporate MLB partners, MLB clubs, major league players, and youth baseball and softball players. Stepping onto the baseball diamond at Ebbets Field 73 years ago today, Jackie Robinson became the first African-American player to participate in a regular season Major League Baseball game since Moses Fleetworrd Walker of the Toledo Blue Stockings in 1884. Funny thing about that, well, not funny, but interesting note about that, after Fleetwood made an appearance, the now notorious Gentleman's Agreement basically barred black players from playing in the majors until Jackie Robinson did it. I'm not sure how many years after that it would have been, but when he went out there and actually did that, it was pretty amazing. Some of Robinson's, for those of you guys who don't know too much about him, Robinson played 10 years in the major leagues. He was a six-time All-Star, Rookie of the Year honors in 1947, and adding a batting championship to his resume in 1949, along with the batting title in 49. He also won National League MVP that year. He carried the Brooklyn Dodgers to 6 league pennants and 1 World Series title, the only one they won while in Brooklyn while he was there. In 1955, 12 years after his first season in the majors. I mean, it's pretty amazing how, somebody who had to deal with so much hatred, if you guys have seen the movie, you kind of get a glimpse of what he and his wife and his family went through just wanting to play ball, and he did it in the most gentlemanly way, man. He turned the other cheek every time something would come up. Somebody would try and egg him on to do something, and, he was told, like, hey, you are going to be the guy that everybody looks to for this. If you go off and react to everything they're doing, they're going to say, look, see, he's just like all the other ones. We can't let him in and this and that. And he kept his head high and played his game, clean. And it was just absolutely amazing, man, how well he did and how he basically took the league by storm for all those years.
Right. I mean, just like, in the movie, one of the famous I need someone strong enough not to fight back. That was the thing. It's not Not that you're not strong enough to fight back. He's all, I need someone strong enough to be able
not to fight back. Yeah, you know? It's very true.
That's what Jackie did. You know, he was the dude that, I mean, the true guy that actually led by example. You know, he would get spiked. You know, that's why they didn't put him at first base. Wait, did he start at first base?
He started at first base, and then they moved him to second because he was getting spiked at first base. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I kind of thought. I was going to say that's why they moved him over, is because he was getting spiked there so much, you know?
And they did that. Go ahead.
How much they pinched him as a hitter, too. The pitchers probably got every single call that you could think of, you know?
Yeah.
So that dude probably had to be more of a free swinger than anything.
I mean, and he was a good swinger.
Yeah.
I mean, that Rookie of the Year honors, the batting championship, league MVP, 6-time All-Star. I mean, that tells you how amazing and how great he was as a ball player, man.
Yeah.
When everybody said no, he kept going and showed them that, yes, an African-American can play in the majors with everybody else. And not only that, but pretty much kick everybody's butt from there.
Right. So I do have now, you know, once I get a little time and start thinking about it, I have a pretty good little Jackie Robinson game. At least one that stands out for me that I could think of. So a couple years ago, they gave on Jackie Robinson Day, they gave out a Jackie Robinson jersey, right? And it was like a off-white jersey. And I really wanted it. And I think I had like mini plan or season tickets back then. It was one or the other. And my buddy Damon Dees, right, who's like he's basically the nutritionist for MMA fighter. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. It was the guy that we talked about a little bit ago. Anyway,
John Gray?
No.
Oh, the other guy.
MMA fighter.
Oh,
John
okay.
Gray's a baseball player.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the MMA fighter. I'm drawing a blank right now.
Yeah, me too. Go ahead.
Anyways, Damon is a good friend of mine, right? And he had never been to a baseball game. So I was just like shocked. And, you know, I'm a huge Dodgers fan. And I was like, you want to go to a game? I was like, I'll take you to a good one. I'll take you the one where they're giving away the Jackie Robinson jersey. I was like, because you don't have any Dodgers gear either, right? He's like, no. I was like, all right, cool. Then you can wear the jersey once they give it away there. Like, it'll be pretty cool. So he went and, like, he was just like a kid in a candy store, you know, like he had never been to a baseball game before. So everything was, like, new to him. And he wanted to know a lot about the sport. Like, he knew some of the major stuff, but none of any of the fun details of it, right?
Right.
And here's the best part. So we're going through the game and we're going through everything. I'm telling, oh, look at this, pay attention to that, watch this, watch that. And he's like, how do you know all this? And all he's like, well, yeah, you know, you grew up playing it, blah, 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 right? So he's all right, cool. So he's having fun with it. So then the 7th inning starts, right? In the 7th inning, I stand up and he's like, what you doing? And I was like, oh, it's the 7th inning stretch. And he's like, that's like your thing or what? And I said, no, like everybody gets up and stretches. He's like, you're lying. I was like, oh, look, take a look, right? And then boom, everybody starts stretching. He's like, oh, wow, that's crazy. Like, you're not lying, huh? He's on, everybody takes like a break. I was like, sort of. It's just a little longer in between the inning, I guess. I said, but everybody's going to start singing a song right now. And he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, everybody's going to start singing a song called Take Me Out to the Ball Game. He's like, and everybody knows the words to this. I was like, yeah, it's pretty common, you know, like everybody does it. And he's on, everybody actually sings. I said, yeah. I was like, it gets crazier, dude. I was like, everybody's going to start swaying at the same time. And he was just like, no way, like, you're messing with me, bro. Like, and he was dead serious. Like, he is no way you're messing with me. I was like, it's cool, dude. Like, you'll see right now. I was like, don't be shy. Like, it's good. I'll walk you through it. And then, so we start singing it, and I start swaying, and he's just like, you're tripping. Like, you're just trying to set me up for failure, right? And I said, and then he starts seeing everybody swaying. Right away, he takes out his cell phone and starts recording everything. He's like, I can't believe everybody in the stadium is singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game and swaying together. This is insane, blah, blah, blah. And I guess it could be like a surreal thing for someone that's never experienced it or didn't grow up around it.
Right.
And mind you, he's probably like 30 when this happened, you know? So it's like, I don't know, like I can't, and he just didn't even know about it. So to me, that'll probably be the best Jackie Robinson game story I ever really have for you, because it was a pretty cool moment. I don't know if he's ever been back to one, But it's one of those that, like, whenever he talks about it, like, or we talk about, like, just catching up and stuff, he talks about that game and he talks about the 7th inning stretch because that's what, like, he remembers the most, you know? So that's my story, you know?
That's wild, man. Like, that's really crazy that he had never experienced that. That's one of those things that to be a part of that, like in that situation where, you know, you're taking somebody with you and they've never really been a part of that kind of thing, and to have that impact, to watch him, like, to be able to watch him just like in awe, go like, wow, like everybody's in it together, everybody's here together, like that is the epitome of, I think, Jackie Robinson Day, is that we're all here together, you know, all shapes, all sizes, all creeds, all everything, you know. We're all there together to watch baseball, to enjoy America's pastime, to be able to enjoy something together, no matter what walk of life you come from. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm looking at some of Jackie's stats now. I didn't realize Jackie had never hit 20 home runs in the season. You know, his most was 19 twice. You know, he only had 100 RBIs once. That was the year he won the MVP. He had 124. He didn't even lead the league.
I think part of that goes hand in hand with probably they're throwing at him. He getting hit by pitches. I was
looking at that, the hit by pitches. I mean, there weren't anything ridiculous. Well, one year was ridiculous in 52. He did get hit 14 times, but he only led the league in hit by pitches once, and that was at a 7.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so his first year was 9. I would have expected that.
I would have expected that to have been the big one, yeah.
Yeah, I expected at least double digits, but one year, yeah, like I said, he got 14. But dude, you know, he was an on-base monster. I'm looking at his on-base percentages, you know, 383, 367, and then he goes on a run of like 400 for a minute. You know, goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years for, you know, on-base percentages. And one year he even led the league at 440. And he, like you said, he only hit under 300, you know, well, at the beginning of his career and at the end, but right in the core of it, you know, he didn't hit anything less than 308. That's
right.
Impressive.
That is very impressive.
He never struck out more than 40 times in a season.
Jesus.
That's crazy.
That's impressive right there.
That's like, you know, that's April for somebody, you know.
that's the opening weekend, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and he was solid. He had double-digit steals every year except for one.
That very famous steal at home plate.
Oh yeah, he had quite a few. That's pretty crazy that he had quite a few steals in general of home plate. But yeah, he had the famous one right against the Yankees, I believe it was.
It was
right?
the Yankees, yep.
That's stuff that you just don't see anymore, where people just steal home plate, you know?
Yeah.
At least straight steals. Usually you'll see like a steal on a lefty or like a back end double steal, you know, where the runner's going to second, that dude takes off, you know, on third and stuff like that, or they pick off to first and he already had seen he was going to pick off, so he just keeps going to home. Like that, usually see the awkward kind of steal home, not a straight steal, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I know.
Yeah, dude. Impressive season.
Yeah. I know one of the most ones that I remember. I mean, I had to look up some dates and stuff like that, what it was. But the one I do remember, and I watched because I believe they had it live on the MLB Network. MLB Network or Channel 11, I forget where it was, but it was nationally televised. It was the civil rights game that was at Dodger Stadium. The Dodgers were playing, I don't remember who they were playing, but they gave out Dolores Huerta was there. She got the Beacon of Life award. Beacon of Hope award was to Magic Johnson and some other people. But what was really awesome was Rachel Robinson was there. Jackie Robinson's wife was there, and it was pretty awesome to watch her there and just be able to. I mean, the opening ceremonies just were you know, obviously it was a little longer than normal, but it was just amazing to have her there and you know, just being there, man. Just what it meant. You know, she stood behind Jackie all those years and kept them grounded and made sure that, you know, he did what he had to do to make sure that he paved the way for many more African American ball players, and of all colors and creeds at this point, but it was pretty awesome. I remember watching that game and going, wow, like this is such a huge impact that I think I didn't realize the impact that Jackie Robinson had until I saw that. Until I watched that game. I forget why I watched the game, but I think it was because it was the civil rights. I was like, oh, let me watch this real quick. And I was able to watch the game, and it was just, it's awe-inspiring to see how one person can change the world. You know what I mean? Not just change baseball, but like change the world. So, I mean, that's, to me, is just, it's awe-inspiring, man, how one person can just change the shape and of the environment and the world,
Yeah, I totally agree. Like I said, a dude that definitely led by example. Didn't say a whole lot when he did. It just seemed like he had these like golden quotes as well too.
Mm-hmm.
Like what is it? I believe he's a life is only important based on the impact it makes on others.
Yeah,
I believe it was. That's one of his famous quotes and one of my favorite ones. I'm paraphrasing it because I don't remember it word by word.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he had some golden quotes, and like I said, when you talk, the people listen. Because he led by example, and they wanted people that weren't going to be fighting back.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see some of the things in the movies. I've never looked them up, but I'm curious to see if some of those things actually happened. Where like the manager that was kind of heckling him and stuff like that. If he actually took that photo with him of that way they didn't have to shake hands or whatever, and they just put the bat in between them as a way to, like, I guess, mend the bridge. With the bat, which is symbolic and ironic.
Yeah.
So stuff like that, pretty cool.
Right on. Those of you guys at home, if you guys are in the LA area at any point in time, one of the greatest things to go see is the Jackie Robinson statue outside of Dodger Stadium. You can leave after that, but you can go see the statue if you can get in and out of there within an appropriate amount of time. Once all this obviously dies down and whatnot with the coronavirus and stuff. But yeah, no, man. I mean, you're right. It'd be interesting to go back and look and see how things went down with the managers and everything. Like the actual, like, I'm sure they're going to show like actual video and stuff like that of him and doing all that and going through all, or like the actual pictures and stuff like that. Go ahead.
No, that'd be cool too. Like I said, see, for them to give out those stories, those are always interesting. And then on top of that, like he also went to the military. He was a military guy. He was a stud athlete at UCLA for like multiple sports. They talk about like lettering in high school and how that's a big deal, right? This dude lettered in like multiple sports in college. Like that to me is crazy.
I mean, when you're that good, man. Imagine him playing in, times now where he would have been picked up a lot sooner. He would have, been in the league a little longer because he would have been a little younger when he started. You know what I mean? Just the opportunities that the doors basically that he's opened for other people to be able to play. Just, it started with him. And I'm sure if he could, turn back right now and be like, wow, dude, like, look at everything that has happened because I played some baseball. You know what I mean? Right. And I did baseball. I played baseball, and I played baseball well. You know what I mean? And it's just, I don't know, man. It's kind of awe-inspiring, man. You would hope that one day you make an impact the way he did in some way, shape, or form. You want to leave some sort of legacy. And I think being an outstanding citizen and being a good guy and doing what he has to do and still being at the top of his game, dude, is just an amazing feat.
Right. There's a couple guys that really look up to Jackie Robinson and played their game or resemble it, stuff like that. Did you hear about like Marcus Stroman, who really is a big advocate, African-American baseball player that's with the Mets now, of what happened with him today? His was pretty interesting. So somebody used a racial slur. His name is Kyle Larson, NASCAR racer. During he used it during, I guess, some kind of like live event. In a virtual race yesterday, and Marcus Stroman got really offended by it, and he said he should never be allowed to race again in NASCAR, and he said the derogatory word is so nonchalantly used on his part, and the apology really didn't feel sincere or really mattered at that point. But he said post-career that he'd be willing to fight him in a UFC paid event for his charity.
Wow.
Those are some strong words.
That's
and,
fucking fighting words right there.
Right? And those are things that still kind of happen in this day and age,
Yeah.
So
that's wild. I mean, I don't know that guy, Strowman, I think you said his name was.
Yeah.
I don't know him. I don't know anything about him. I don't know anything, his background, anything like that. Everybody nowadays should understand the impact that speaking in that way has to people, to society, to everything, man. I think it's very important that we understand. Let's not be let's not be naive and think, it's just whatever, man. It is what it is. I'm sure, people have accidentally said the word or two or derogatory terms, whatever it might be, throughout their lives. And I think that we need to learn from that and not pass that along to the future generations, because it has no bearing in what we do nowadays. And you know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Are they going to suspend him and not let him play or race anymore? I doubt that's going to happen. He might get a fine. He might get a suspension. But I think he will still be allowed to race, honestly, because it was just, I don't want to say it was just that, but it was, it was in the heat of the moment. It was doing this or doing that, you know what I mean? And many people online have gotten in trouble for that. Like they're in the middle of playing a game, streaming a game, whatever, and all of a sudden they drop the G word or the N word or whatever it might be. And it's just like the backlash is like, oh my God. And I know, let's be forgiving when it's not intended maliciously, but let's also not be stupid and try to think that you can just get away with it just because.
Yep. Or remember that, what they tend to do a lot is tend to look at your Twitter account from like years and years and years ago, like when when that happened to Josh Hader, and he was doing a whole bunch of like derogatory remarks as well too when he was a 17-year-old kid or 18-year-old kid, and I think it was Kurt Schilling, the one that said it. He says, guys, once you get to the pros, man, scrub your accounts. Like, there's no point in having that stuff, or just delete that account and create a new one.
Yeah,
because they get it that people change and stuff like that, but a lot of people that go back and kind of trace your roots to some of these things still think you're the same person, have the same views, and they're just basically going to try to, challenge you because of some things you said in the past, like they don't let it go. Yeah, no, there are people that'll go out there and, to an extent, I feel like that's a little ridiculous. Crucifying somebody for something they said one time 15 years ago. 10 years ago. Right. You know what I mean? It never again popped up. It was never used again, whatever it might be. Like, I feel like to a certain extent, all right, man, apologize. And I see that you've not done it again. And that should be, I think, fine. But I think society nowadays just get overly sensitive. And I might get in trouble for saying society is overly sensitive because somebody might get offended that I said that they were overly sensitive. But it's just the society we live in today, honestly. I remember so many things going on in the world and nobody even blinking an eye. And nowadays, man, you say the wrong thing at the wrong time. Oh my God, you're going to have everybody pounding down your door, looking for blood because you wronged them in some way, shape, or form. Right. Sounds like somebody's having fun back there. Yeah, my little guys. They're excited about Jackie Robinson Day. He's ready to get it going. He's like, Dad, come on. Why aren't we watching Jackie Robinson Day? Speaking of which, and which is why we're here, tomorrow on Major League Baseball Network, starting at 7 a.m. I don't know if it's a.m. or a.m. If it's Eastern Standard Time. I'm guessing it's Eastern Standard Time, but starting at 7 a.m., they're going to be doing 12 hours of Jackie Robinson Day moments, games, specials, stuff like that. One of the big ones that I want to make sure I record because I want to watch it is
the Ken Griffey Jr. Talk that he had, why Jackie Robinson Day is so important even to this day. It's gonna be pretty awesome to be able to go back and witness all these things, even though there's not gonna be any live baseball. We'll still be able to support and remember Jackie Robinson on today, I should say. That'd be awesome.
All right.
Where we at?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, no, there's a few. I mean, they're going to be showing a bunch of different shows today, starting at 7, like I said. Trying to see if they got a thing on here real quick. Oh, here we go. So apparently, in 1997, Griffey, who was playing for the Mariners at the time, asked that his uniform number be flip-flopped, switching from 24 to 42. Fast forward 10 years, and Griffey again wanted to wear the number 42 to commemorate the 60th anniversary of Robinson's debut. But this time, since the number was retired, he had to ask permission. So he called Bud Selig at home. He said, would it be possible to wear 42 on Jackie Robinson Day? Griffey recalled during a recent interview with Harold Reynolds on MLB Network. We had a 10-minute conversation, and Bud Selig said, is it okay if I call Rachel, Robinson's wife, and ask if that's okay? Selig called Griffey back the next day and granted the request, but added that he would like to extend the offer to wear 42 to anyone who wanted to. Griffey replied, "Said no. I said, say no more. The more, the merrier." That year, Griffey and a handful of African American players from other teams took up the offer and wore number 42, and that was the protocol for the next 2 seasons. Player had the option to wear the number, but it was an individual decision. In fast forward to 2009, 5 years after MLB officially designated April 15th as Jackie Robinson Day, Selig expanded the exercise, announcing that everyone who wore a uniform, players, coaches, managers, would wear 42, and that tradition continues on to this day, on this day. So it's gonna be pretty amazing. Make sure you guys catch that interview with Ken Griffey Jr. Also, there is a documentary that they're gonna be showing, Letters from Jackie, an interview that was done by Jackie's daughter, Sharon Robinson. Those are the letters that Jackie Robinson would send back and forth with the President of the United States at the time. And they're letters that he got back from encouragement and stuff like that from the President. So, I mean, tomorrow's going to be, 3, 2, 1. Today's going to be, very interesting and I think a great day. There's going to be so many more people being able to watch all of the things that are going on. And I think it's going to be a little more impactful, not just for the people that love baseball the way we do, but I think it's going to be pretty impactful for everybody. Everybody at home is going to have something to watch and something to look at, and maybe people that didn't normally watch the baseball games today, or maybe haven't seen some of the documentaries or things like that, they go out there and they watch it today, and also watch 42. I know we're going to watch 42 later on today. And kind of remember Jackie Robinson and all that he's done for this world.
So I got a little interesting tidbit that I was just kind of looking around Jackie and stuff like that. There's a very famous baseball player that was named after Jackie Robinson.
Robinson Cano?
Robinson Cano. I did not know he was named after him. I mean, I knew he was named Robinson, but I never knew that he was named after him.
Yes,
What was that, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty damn awesome. There's a couple players I know that have been named after Jackie Robinson, but I think the biggest and most impactful one is Robinson Cano, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, by far, right?
Absolutely.
That's pretty cool. I did not know that about him. Trying to find some more interesting stuff about him.
Right on. Yeah, no, April 15th is pretty damn special for all baseball fans, and we just need to remember, what it all meant and what it was all for. So,
I could think of another one. I don't know where I saw this, right?
Right.
But this is here it is. Actually, I just found it right now. It says after a season in which he plays in just 117 games and hits just 275, Robinson is traded to the Crosstown Giants for left-handed pitcher Dick Littlefield and $35,000. The deal never goes through, however, as Robinson had already chosen to retire at the age of 37, ending his major league career after 10 seasons. The announcement is made through a story penned Robinson in Look magazine. So the Dodgers actually traded him to their nemesis, and a lot of what I had heard the story was that Jackie said he'd rather retire than go play for the Giants, but I'm pretty sure he didn't quite say it that way,
And I read that yesterday when I was doing some research, and I totally forgot about it. I was going to write it down in the notes for today's podcast, but I totally spaced. But yeah, you're right. He was actually traded, and he actually wrote a letter. I believe he wrote a letter, or he called the general manager for the Giants and told them, it's nothing against your club, it's nothing against anything else. I just feel it's time for me to retire. And he didn't want to go and play anywhere else. He just wanted to be a Dodger, and that was that. He felt it was a good time for him to call it a career. Wow. So, class act all the way. I'm sure that there are fond ways of remembering how he said, you know what, screw that, I'm retiring. I'm not going to go play for the Giants. I'm sure that there are plenty of gossipy stories that we could pull up, and people were like, "Oh no, he told me," and this is how things actually went down, and whatnot. But I think it's a great tidbit. I totally forgot about it until you mentioned it right now. We're getting close on that time. Each of the 30 teams in the league will have an exclusive Jackie Robinson related content on their websites, commemorating their connection to Jackie Robinson over the years. MLB Network will have 12 hours of Jackie Robinson related programming today, like I said. Along with that, the Jackie Robinson Foundation will launch a new Jackie Robinson Day virtual learning hub that will provide educational programming for educators and parents for K through 12 students at jrlegacy.org. And I actually have the what's going to happen on MLB. And yes, all times are Eastern Standard Time, so depending on what time you're listening to this, 7 a.m. Padres at Dodgers. Jackie Robinson Day had plenty of spice. Matt Kemp homer is fourth in 3 days of Dodgers triple play, and a D. Gordon walk-off hit that led the Dodgers 5-4 win over the Padres. That's at 7 a.m. 11 a.m., the 1955 World Series. The only World Series that the Dodgers would win in Brooklyn before they moved to L.A. in 1957 relived footage of Robinson playing in the World Series for the Dodgers, who beat the Yankees in the best-of-7 series. At 12, Jackie documentary, Letters to Jackie, focuses on Robinson's role in the American Civil Rights Movement, predominantly after he retired from baseball, hosted by Curtis Granderson, the Grandy Man, and narrated by actor Dennis Haysbert. The story is told in Robinson's own words through correspondence he maintained during his lifetime with political figures, including Presidents Dwight D. Eisenhower and John F. Kennedy. So that's going to be pretty awesome. 1 p.m., the Jackie Robinson ceremony, Dodgers at the Mets, April 15th, 1997. The 50th anniversary of Robinson making his Major League debut. It's when they announced that 42 would be retired across the game. The current players who wore it would be able to continue, but after that it was Dunzos. And like I said, the last one to actually have it was Mariano Rivera. At 4 p.m., the Mets at the Phillies. The game had a little something for everybody. The day began with ceremony of first pitches by Rob Manfred and Oscar Award-winning actor Jamie Foxx. The game featured two of the best pitchers in baseball, the Phillies' Aaron Nola versus the Mets' Noah Syndergaard. It ended in 11 innings with the Mets prevailing 7-6. And then finally, 7 p.m., the airing of the 1955 World Series film will be unique. They're going to show it again in that it will be streamed exclusively on all the social media. So if you guys don't get a chance to watch it, you guys don't have cable for some reason, they are going to show the 1955 game on the MLB Network on their Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. So make sure you guys check that out. There are just a lot of things, guys. If you guys get a chance, I know that 7 at 9:30 they're going to do Jackie Robinson with Ken Burns, a documentary which first aired on PBS April 11th. That's going to have Ken Griffey Jr. and stuff in there. So definitely check this stuff out. Well, Mr. Casas, I told you I wanted to keep today short. We're going to keep it at 42 minutes to honor number 42, Mr. Jackie Robinson. Any final things to say as we close out for the day?
None, just that. What an amazing athlete, what an amazing person, and that's crazy when you could just have such a short life. He was only 53 years old when he passed away, and he made just such a huge impact. It's one of those. He's just a legend, right? A legend, one of those that changed the world.
Absolutely. What else can we say? But thank you for everything you've done, Mr. Robinson. Thank you to the Robinson family. Thank you for making baseball about everybody, making it inclusive to all colors, creeds, genders, everything. No matter where you are, who you are, what you do, or how you do it, baseball is always going to be there. It's an open plethora of people that can play from all walks of life. We thank you so much. Everybody have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you back on Friday night for our regularly scheduled podcast. We love you all, and thank you very much. Good night.